Hey everyone, Pat Mitchell with Trick Trades here, and in this free video lesson series, I'm going to show you all the badass setups that we take and use each and every day at TrickTrades.com. So let's get into it. Okay, folks. So this is video 3, and I'm showing you about the daily chart. The last 2 were about intraday setups, and these are going. This video is going to be about the daily chart. Now, the daily chart is the daily time frame. Okay, we have different time frames. We have the daily, we have the minute, the 2-minute, the 5-minute, the 15-minute, the weekly, the monthly. All time frames have a purpose. The daily chart is definitely one of the most important because it is the history of that chart. This is where we find our technicals, our support and resistance. That's all you need, folks. You don't need any fancy indicators like MACDs and RSIs and fucking parabolic SAR and the cloud and Bollinger Bands and oh man, you don't need all that. So all you need is support and resistance. Couple moving averages are fine, and the VWAP is important. That's about the only indicator that I use and I put any weight into is the VWAP. I could get rid of everything else, all the moving averages, everything, and just go off the VWAP, and I'd be fine. So, anyways, we'll get into the daily chart and what we look for. So, I was waiting for this move, and I ended up calling it out. We had 2 calls on this, and it worked out really, really well. I didn't capture this trade myself because I was involved with a couple other trades. I was involved with BABA and NVDA, NVIDIA and BABA at the time, because they both had beautiful daily charts as well. So Twitter had the probably about the best. This is the one that I really wanted. I just happened to miss it. That's okay. So what do we look for on the daily chart? Well, we're looking on the daily chart that for stocks that are setting up for explosive moves. So we're looking for big breakouts or big breakdowns. Okay. So how do we know when these stocks are gonna rip or shit? Okay, how do we know? Well, it's actually quite simple. If you're paying attention, you can watch the breakout areas. So first of all, you always want to mark out your highs, right? Your highs and then your lows. Now you can also mark out this area, okay? So you would want to mark out these areas. So you want to look for when they're breaking this support, or sorry, this resistance. And that's when the volume will come in. That's when people will come in and buy. That's when shorts will cover. That's when a lot of action happens, is at the break of these levels. It's always important to trade off of levels. So this was Twitter's chart, and what I was looking for is this to break this 4023 area, and that's what it did. And we'll go check the intraday quickly here. So it ended up breaking that level here. I'll go to the board that let me find it. Sorry, I got too many boards going. There we go. So that's the board that I had on the daily chart, and that's the level. So I ended up having a 4016 area marked on the chart. Actually, you can see it because it was there, the 4016. So it pulled right back to the 4016, and that's when I made my second call out as this was coming back. I called out, I told all Trick Trades members to watch the 4016 area, watch for it to hold, and then bounce. And multiple members in TrickTrades.com, they ended up capitalizing and capturing this move. Very easy money. I started alerting it in this area here. So you had, how many minutes did we have? So right about in that area, down to where it came was 11 minutes. You had 11 minutes to wait for the trade and hit it. Easy money, guys. It really is that simple. Now, I'm not telling you that day trading is easy or trading's easy or anything like that. But if you're patient, and let the plays come to you. Let them come to the palm of your hand. You could have had an order sitting there right at that price, had a limit order out there, and you could have put your feet up and it would have filled. You would have got your full fill and it would have bounced and you would have made nothing but money, right? So you would have made well over a point on a $40 stock, that's amazing. That's great. Okay. You could have actually held a piece overnight for a swing position as well, because on Monday, this will most likely dip down. It'll probably dip down to this area here, which is the 40.62, and then rip back up. So that's how we use the daily chart. We need to line up the daily chart with the intraday chart. And I know that that's a concept that I'm sure you've heard before, and it's hard for new traders to do because, let's face it, guys, new and struggling traders have a problem with patience. That's their number one problem. It's patience. They want to get in a trade because all over social media and in chat rooms, they see other people killing it, making trades, making money, okay? Don't worry about that, okay? Just tune it out, guys. Tune it out. Focus on the chart, look for levels that are key and important, and wait for them. Wait for them to get proven, okay? Because on Twitter, I made my first call here, okay? As you've seen in the previous video lesson in this series on setups. This is an intraday setup, and this was an intraday setup as well. But in correlation with the daily chart, you can really capitalize. You can really capitalize on these moves, and it becomes, once you become patient in trading becomes, I'm not going to say easy, but it becomes a lot easier. So let's go over a few more daily charts. So Baba, like I mentioned, this is a trade that I got in on. Okay, so Baba was nice, and I ended up hitting it off of this area on this first pullback. Baba was really nice the way it just had a really nice opening range breakout and took off. But we'll talk a little bit more so about the daily chart. So the daily chart, these market leading, market following stocks, okay, like I mentioned before in the previous episodes of this video series, Baba, Apple, Nvidia, Tesla, Facebook, Twitter, Netflix, Intel, Microsoft, AMD, all these stocks, there's a reason why professional traders trade these and not these garbage penny stocks, guys. Okay, yeah, there's professionals that play penny stocks and they make a good living, okay, but your percentage and your odds go way down when you choose to trade those stocks, period. They work until they don't, and when they don't work, they basically hand you your ass, okay? Play proper stocks. They're very easy to play. There's a reason why I trade them. Guys, I'm a simple guy. I'm a blue-collar guy. I'm a former welder and business owner. And since finding day trading and really moving over to these the higher priced stocks. See, I used to trade penny stocks, and I did quite well. I did actually really well. I would short the junk stocks that were up high. But I noticed nowadays there's too many new traders that use too much size, and they get freaked out of positions when they shouldn't, and then you just get squeezed out. It's very frustrating, and that's why I said, fuck that, I'm moving on to proper stocks. So I learned to trade these proper stocks and been absolutely, I will never look back. I'll never look back. I still trade penny stocks from time to time, but it's very rare because this is where the easy money is, guys. This is easy money, all right? So, okay. So Baba, why was I interested in this? Well, as you can see here, from where it closed on Thursday to where it opened Friday morning, it was gapping down. Now, where was it gapping down to? Right to support. Right to that $200 support, okay? As well as daily chart support, all right? Now that's how easy is that? So Baba opened up, and by the wick of this candle, you can see that it sold off just slightly and then ripped up. That's easy money there, folks. That's really easy money. Okay. Quick dip and then rip. Easy money, no reason to get scared out. Once these stocks pick a direction, they go. They're easy to trade, guys. Once they pick a direction, they go in that direction. They trend in that direction. It's very hard for these stocks to really fuck you up and really fake you out. They just don't do that, guys. Because you want to know why? Because nothing but professional traders trade these things. Now, you've been lied to by guys like Tim Sykes when guys like him say that you have no edge trading these higher price stocks because of the institutional money that's in it, like banks and hedge funds, and you have no edge, right? Well, why don't you have an edge? Of course you have an edge. Your edge in these stocks is the fact that they follow the rules. Remember that, guys. Okay? These stocks follow the rules. They're not just going to like fake you out. I'm not saying that they can't. They do, but it's so rare that you just don't have to worry about it. Okay? You know, they follow support and resistance. They follow technicals. They follow whole and half dollars. They're great to trade. They're easy traders. So that's why I decided to watch BABA, because it was gapping down to a perfect level, and that's what it did. It bounced. I also traded NVIDIA. So NVIDIA had a nice steady climb up. Once these stocks break out, they generally pull back to a moving average or to support. Okay, so this pulled back to support as well as the moving average, because the moving average was right there. That's where it went. And knowing that, that's why I hit NVIDIA. So on NVIDIA, I got in. I'll show you exactly where I got in. Get zoomed in here, folks. Hope you guys are enjoying this free video lesson series. Make sure to come check out TrickTrades.com and come check out the Fallout Shelter podcast. Go to SoundCloud.com. It's SoundCloud.com/TrickTrades. And you can come here, myself and Tino, discuss stocks and have a good time, and you'll get some laughs out of it. And we'll talk about some pretty serious stuff too. So, okay, back to NVIDIA. So NVIDIA popped up, and I wanted the VWAP. So once it pulled back, I got entered on this candle here, and I was risking off the low of this range, basically right here. So very, very minimal risk. I was risking about 35 cents, and 35 cents on an over $250 stock is, I mean, that's awesome. You know, I mean, very, very, very limited risk. You're risking about 30 cents to make a point or two. Do the math, guys. I mean, that's a 3-to-1 minimum, 6-to-1, 8-to-1, 12-to-1. I mean, geez, man. I mean, sky's the limit with these stocks, right? They have range. Don't ever be afraid of the price, the dollar per share. You're thinking like a penny stock trader, right? Like, you got to take 1,000 shares to make money. Guys, 100 shares of this can make you good money, all right? So remember that. Okay, so on NVIDIA, this was, it ripped up, it pulled back to the VWAP. I grabbed it there, and then I ended up taking it off a little bit early. I took my position off here. I wasn't trading the stock. I was trading the option, and I hit this for over 100%. We trade options as well at TrickTrades, and we've been killing it. So made 100% of my money on NVIDIA in, I believe it was about 10 minutes, 12 minutes, something like that. Let's see, how long was that? Yeah, 20 minutes. So I made 100% in NVIDIA in 20 minutes, and I made 50% my money on BABA. So if you want to learn how to trade options as well, properly and very easy, they're nothing to be scared of. They're not confusing like everyone else's strategy. I have the world's simplest option strategy that will make you nothing but money. At a minimum, you'll make 10% each and every trade. And at most, you can make about 1,500 to 2,000% your money. And yeah, I just said that, 1,500 to 2,000% of your money. And on average, I've been catching about 30, 40%. That's average. That's average each and every day on each and every trade. So come check us out, and I'll hook you up with that strategy. So anyways, folks, that's how I got in. And like I said, the reason why I liked it is because it was pulling back to support after a beautiful breakout. Like I said, these stocks are very predictable. Once they break out, they pull back to support, and then that's when the big money comes in. So I'm expecting this week to be a big week on Nvidia, as well as all these other ones. So another one that we can look at is Facebook. Facebook's daily chart is absolutely beautiful. Another one that is approaching all-time highs. It did reject it. Sometimes instead of breaking out, they'll reject, they'll pull back, and then they'll come back up. They got to relax for a little bit. See, on Facebook is having some problems with some privacy issues right now. Now, I'm not too much into trading news plays or anything like that. I just trade the technicals, because a lot of news plays, you never know. Sometimes there's more to it than what they lead on to. So, you got to take those news plays with a grain of salt. So, on Facebook, even though it had bad news, it's pulled back very, very little. I expect Monday for this to break out of this trend line. So this will be my plan. This is how I'm going to formulate a plan. So when something's pulling back like this, I'm going to look for a trend break. Once it breaks trend, that's where I'm going to get in. So that's why I have this trend line. Okay. So where would I buy? Once it breaks this trend line, this is the trend line right here at 188.50. So I will buy the 188.50 breakout, okay? And if you wanted to be safe, you could wait for the 189.60 to break over the previous day's highs. But that's how I'm going to get into Facebook. I believe it's going to be a big day. I'll give a price target for Monday, probably in the area of 191, somewhere in that area. So we got a couple of points up for grabs, and that's minimum. That's minimum, and it's most likely going to be more. It could be a really big day. It could be a day like this, and it can move about four or 5 or 6 points. So that's what I'm looking for on Facebook. So that's how we take a look at daily charts, and we line them up with the intraday chart, okay? So the daily chart, very, very important. Remember to never neglect the weekly or the monthly. It shows different levels of support. So on the monthly chart, Facebook is coming up, and it actually rejected. It rejected highs, okay? So it's got to break out up and over this area, right? So we'll see if we can catch a breakout on the monthly chart as well. The weekly is very important. The weekly is a great chart too to use. Remember, guys, don't neglect any of these time frames. Different time frames are very important. As well as, we got the 15-minute as well. This lets you know you can start seeing the trend change on a different scale, right? Now you can see that the trend has already changed if we look at this from a different time frame, right? So if you come down. So if we'll just put it like this, right? So it's broke out of this trend. Now it could come down and it could test this, but it's most likely going to come up, right? So now we have 2 trend lines to watch. So that's why you got to look at other time frames. If you only looked at the daily chart or the 1 minute, you probably wouldn't have seen this, right? So now you can see that, and you see how it came down and it tested the support of that trend line. So it popped up and over, and I pulled back, rode down the trend line, and bounced. Where'd it bounce? Right off that trend line. It's proving its strength, guys. This thing's going to rip. It's going to rip. It just proved its strength right there. Right there is a key indicator, okay? So Facebook's going to take off. And I hope you guys capture it. And like I said, don't be afraid of the price of these stocks. So make sure to come check out TrickTrades.com and like, share, and subscribe. Make sure to give a like button. Hit that like button. Hit that thumbs up. And share these on your social media, guys. This is great free day trading education. Keyword is being free. A lot of people's day trading education, they're going to charge you for everything. I don't. I like to try and reach the masses and let people know what's up. So come check out TrickTrades.com, and if you use coupon code TRICK20, you can get 20% off your first month to come check us out. Okay, guys. Adios. Love you all.